I'm going to demonstrate how to use RDF as inferences with MarkLogic. So I'm taking the triples in the textbook, which starts in page 128 to 129. So I have a set of triples. To tell the system freelance 2 means contracts 2. It's a subproperty of contracts 2. And I also include some instance data to say Goldman is employed by the firm. So employed by is defined here, freelances is here, indirectly contract 2 is here. So all those different contracts all mean works for. So works for is the top property. All the others are subproperties of it, all of its subproperties. Okay, so we're going to first construct a graph with everything in it. So this part is basically the kind of ontological part that tells the system what's the relations and how those relations were related. And this part is the instance data, specific examples that use those properties. So I'm going to run this. This will create a graph called inference examples. I made up a prefix for all the examples I'm going to use for the inferences examples. So I made up this URI and have this prefix and use the prefix to prefix everything that I want to talk about. Okay, now we have, I don't know if you see so the query does not generate anything, means everything's okay, but we can still check and to see on query 14, we can check to see if actually inference examples have inserted everything that we needed. So if I run that query, I will get a whole set of things that we just added. This person is contracted to this firm, Spence contracted to this firm. Okay. So next, what we need to do is to actually set up the inference. We need to tell the system what rules we want to use to execute this query, what kind of inferences we want to achieve. So to do that, we will have to go to Configuration Manager. In the Configuration Manager, you will find databases and follow this. Go to Documents and scroll all the way down. You will find default rule sets. Actually, you will need to click on Edit first. It's going to load up this interface where you will find default rule sets. Click on this. You will be shown this interface. You will type in RDFs.rules. This is in your default installation folder under config. Under config folder, in your installation folder, you will find RDFs rules. So this is the rules we're going to use. So okay, and now we will be able to run our example and see how the system is going to make the inference. So now I'm going to change this property to inf works for and run it. You will see the correct result, even though in our original example, we did not explicitly say Goldman works for the firm, Long works for the firm, or Spence works for the firm. We said, go to the original, you will see that we said something else, employed by freelance to indirectly contract to.